Hey guys, so today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to repot your holiday cactus. I've had my Thanksgiving cactus for nearly 2 years now, and yesterday I finally found an Easter cactus. Picked this up in Harvard Square while window shopping with my husband Jeff for about $12. And like I said, in this video, it's going to be all about repotting these two plants, as well as giving you some really crucial, critical care tips for your holiday cactus. Now, isn't this the cutest, most adorable Easter cactus you've ever seen? Now, the place in the store that I picked this up actually had only 5 of these in stock, and they had a couple with orange blooms and buds, and then a couple with more like a dark pink red blooms. Now, this was the only kind of pink one, and I was really excited that they still did have a pink one because my Thanksgiving cactus also has like a really vibrant, bright sort of fuchsia pink flower and bloom. So yeah, these plants enjoy being root bound, and you're not really supposed to be repotting them, you know, very often. In fact, you know, repotting these every few years is probably best. So I am going to be repotting this just to help make sure that there aren't any pests and that kind of thing. And I'm gonna keep this new container super small and nice and good fit for this Easter cactus. But I'm also going to be sharing all of those crucial care tips like I mentioned, and I'm gonna be repotting the Thanksgiving cactus as well. All right, guys, so if you're looking for more crucial care tips for holiday cactus or some sort of troubleshooting guide, I actually did a really great video not so long ago, and I'm going to throw up the link right here, so you'll have to check that out. Thanks for checking out this video. I'm Tyler, and if you like what you're seeing or you find this video to be useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, or better yet, you can hit that subscribe button to really show me some love. Click on the bell for alerts and notifications for future content. And oh yeah, don't forget to check out my brand new merch store, tylermossop.com. All right, guys, so you probably only need to repot your holiday cactus every several years. Now, I'm going to be repotting mine today. This guy is brand new. I'm gonna be keeping the new pot nice and small and very close to size into its current container. I've had this Thanksgiving cactus, like I said, for nearly 2 years, so it's due for a repot. I'm going to be sharing all of the soil mix that I'm going to be using, as well as some crucial care tips. And I think I might even do one crucial care tip video just for this Easter cactus alone, because now there are Thanksgiving cactus, Easter cactus, and Christmas cactus, and they actually are completely different, well, not completely different, but pretty different plants with some unique care tips. So all things that you should be keeping in mind. And yeah, I just love the blooms on these. They're so pretty, but let's get to it. I'm gonna show you the soil mix that I'm gonna be using for my holiday cactus. All right, so both of the containers that I'm going to be using today, unfortunately, sadly, they do not have drainage. So this is something to keep in mind. One thing I love to do when I'm using pots that don't have drainage is use an inch or two of horticultural charcoal at the bottom. That just kind of lifts all of your soil mix and your plant, its roots, right up out of the way from any moisture or water that collects at the bottom of the pots. So a great tip there. But yeah, let's move on to the soil composition I'm going to be using today. So today I'm going to be using a relatively simple soil mix. In here, I have about 1-to-1 ratio of some orchid bark, really. Now this is more fine and medium grade, or medium, fine, medium coarse. And I have that, as I said, about a 1-to-1 ratio to peat moss. Now I did go ahead and add some of this product in here. Now this, I'm not sponsored by this company or anything, but I do like to include some of this to help with pests, and holiday cactus can be prone to spider mites and that kind of thing. So it's just a great preventative measure to take when you are repotting. All right, guys, roots are looking okay. There's a lot of moisture in this soil, and I'm really excited to be adding some bark to this new mix just to kind of bring in some better drainage and some aeration for the roots. So yeah, take a look at that. All right, guys, so this potted up really nicely. Like I said, this container was virtually the same size as the nursery pot that it came in, a little bit deeper, obviously. So now that I have this done, before jumping into some general crucial care tips, I'm gonna repot the bigger, older Thanks Giving Cactus. Roots on this Thanks Giving Cactus are looking awesome as well, so super pumped about that. Yeah, so let's get this planted in its new container. All right, guys, so these potted up super nicely. Really happy with how this is all turned out. Now I want to share some crucial care tips, some general crucial care tips for your holiday cactus. Now, like I said, there are a Thanksgiving cactus, an Easter cactus, and unfortunately I don't yet have a Christmas cactus. Looking for one of those. If you have any tips, let me know in the comments down below. And actually there are ways to tell these three different plants apart, and I get into some really cool details in that last video that I shared and threw up the link, so you'll have to check that out if you're looking in terms of understanding which one you have or being able to differentiate between the three different species. So in terms of general care for these plants, now, they are a little bit counterintuitive to what you would think of as like a succulent or a cactus. So you already know what kind of soil mix that we've gone ahead and used. Now, they do prefer a slightly acidic soil, so peat moss is a great addition and will help out with that quite a bit. Now, normally I keep my Thanksgiving cactus in an east-facing window, and that works out really, really well. These plants love sort of like a dapple light or partial shade. So in an east-facing window, they're gonna get that sort of really moderate morning light and then get some reprieve in the later afternoon. And the other thing that kind of goes against what you would normally think for a cactus is watering. These plants do appreciate a little bit more water than you would realize or think. So as soon as the topsoil is dry to the touch, that's a great time to give them a good watering. In terms of fertilization, you can go ahead and use a liquid balanced diluted fertilizer in the growing season, and that will vary for each one. And yeah, they do prefer humidity. I've never really put them like right beside a humidifier or anything like that, and they seem to be doing just fine, but I think they do appreciate a little bit of humidity. And I think that's about it for general care. Keep your eyes open for a care video specific to the Easter cactus. I think I'm gonna do one of those just so I can get really kind of deep into the details and explain exactly what your best care options are. All right, guys, so there is one other really critical point that I wanna make, super important for your Easter and Thanksgiving cactus as well as Christmas cactus, is temperature. Now, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but my Thanksgiving cactus has actually started to bud again, and I think I know exactly why this has happened. So like I said, I keep these generally in an east-facing window and actually right on the windowsill, right beside the window, and that's actually really important and something that's really worked out for me because temperature and those cooler temperatures can be really important in terms of seasonality and timing, particularly when it comes to flowering these plants. So because this was not in the east-facing window for some time and then I brought it back there, I think the temperatures kind of cooled down and the light situation obviously changed, and I think that kind of signaled to the plant that it's time to bloom again. So yeah, something to really kind of think about, and check out the other videos that I've made because I believe I go into a little bit more detail in terms of temperature, but temperature is kind of like a big thing for these plants and something to consider. All right, guys, well, that's it for me. Hope you learned a ton about holiday cactus in this video. If not, check out those other videos that I've done. Miss you guys a ton. Oh yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Miss you a ton times two. And oh yeah, don't forget to check out my merch store, tylermossop.com. Until the next one.